Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for attending the next episode. LOL. Hope all is well. I hope everyone is doing great. Continuing to shift your mindset into a positive connotation and, of course, ascending to the highest possibility of yourself. Here we are continuing with where we left off at. So, news update. I actually got a call about my car last week. I actually got my car back. So, yeah. But anyway, how? So, this is how we're going to do this, right? Why are you still questioning things you already know? Why? Why are you around people that tolerate you and don't appreciate you? Why are you still going places that you already had a funny feeling about before you even went there? And then you went there, you effed around and found out why you've been feeling the way you did, exactly what you knew you was thinking inside of your head about a certain scenario or a situation on how it was going to go, who was going to be there, why this was going to happen, when you know the 5 W's and how, that right there is just your gut instinct telling you this ain't for us. You have to understand, the main thing about the universe, when you're not doing what it is you're supposed to be doing, you're going to get karma. As I stated in the last episode, yourself is going to get pissed enough and cause a lot of self-karma to get you to the point where it's like, now you seeing where I want you to do? Like, literally, I got called 5-something in the morning when I was in my dorm room, literally working on my first episode of the podcast, along with working on my schoolwork. Literally, the past few days before that, I was not working on neither one. I mean, I was looking for my car here and there. Yes, of course, majority of the time. But I was just really in my, in my head, and I was all over the place and trying to figure other stuff out and do other things. And I literally was doing everything but what it is I was supposed to be doing. As I told y'all, I go through this shadow work with y'all too. Don't get me wrong. I've been doing my shadow work for a long goddamn time, unfortunately. However, when my dad passed in 2020, those 8 years that I was existing from 2020 to 2020 before he passed, those years was for him. Those weren't for me. I've been living for me since he passed. So realistically, at that age of 18, when my dreams die, you gotta think about it. I'm technically, still young when it comes to living for me. However, anyway, back to the subject. So yeah. So you have to understand, when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, things go right for you. You have to be in the right place, right time. You have to be in alignment with what is for you. Life is going to happen to you, for you in the end. But it's going to keep happening to you if you don't see it for you in the end or know it for you in the end. Once again, you created yourself. You picked everything that it is that you're undergoing. Like, people have to be careful what they ask for. And people don't understand what that means. When someone says you got to be careful what you ask for. If you want to be the best therapist when it comes to one's intellect, you do understand that's going to require undergoing a lot of experiences, talking to different people, socializing with different people, understanding different intellects, different moods, and different. You have to understand, when you choose a path that you chose, if you want to be, let's say, level 100 in whatever profession you chose, you start out on level 1. Obviously, to get to level 100, you got to go through experiences. Hence why you go to therapy, and most of those goddamn therapists can't even help you diagnose anything. What are they helping you diagnose? What can they help you diagnose? They ain't experienced enough through life to understand that. Hell, most of them aren't even empathetic enough to even become a therapist. They're only doing it just because it's either easy to them, 2, for money, 3, they're a narcissist and they just know how to manipulate people good enough to make money off of it. You got to understand, everybody don't have your best interest when it comes to things, especially for your intellect. People don't understand the mind is not only the most strongest freaking part of the body, but the mind, once the mind gets calloused to a point where it cannot be over abused anymore and it just starts protecting what you gotta understand. That's when all hell breaks loose. Because when the mind gets callous like that, it's kind of hard for it to repair. Because it didn't outdone its repairing, which is why it's all calloused up. Just like how calluses work on hands and feet, the brain is the same way. The mind is the same way. It can get callous just as much, and then it can get callous to the point where there's no more growth. Which is why people reach a certain mental limitation and can't exceed that due to the fact that they're so callous or calcified to the point where there's no return. You have to wake up. So once again, why are you going to places? Why are you trying to force yourself to be in some place that you ain't even supposed to be in? Literally, I'm going to give you an example. I was trying to go skating so bad, though that is my therapy. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. However, it wasn't meant for me to go skating those times that I wanted to. That's why I ain't have my damn car. Like, you have to understand, things that happen to you in your life are for you in the end. The shit's to you during the process. You want it to be super good at something, so life is going to give you the pressure that you need to get you off your ass or to get you to where you need to be. Think about it. Half of these people that are music artists, if they didn't have a story to tell or the pain to even feel it, how the hell could they prescribe you a story that you can relate to so much? Hell, they can't if they ain't had that damn experience. So once again, when you think about life as a damn game. We all done played games before, and I'm pretty sure we ain't played them before. We don't watch somebody play them. It don't matter. Everybody has an understanding of what this experience matrix of a game is. Hence, Matrix. What is it? Fucking game. Like, but anyway, you have to understand. Whatever you choose, be careful. Because a lot of people like, oh, I want to be the best at blah, 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 blah. And then once you start getting the best of the worst things to happen to you, you start complaining. Why are you complaining about what it is you asked for? You asked for all of this to come into your existence for you to get to the next level. You have to understand, I wanted to be the best artist that I possibly could be. That's literally have always been my dream and goal. To be the artist I desire to be and not have to worry about a damn bill or where this and that is going to come from. Me choosing that path and me being very specific. Life is like a genie. The more specific you are with details, the more you escape the mischievousness of what it is that you could get. You can ask for $1 million. You thinking about dollars, but you said $1 million. Now you got a fucking front yard full of animals. And you're like, well, what happened to my $1 million? Nah, you said dollars now. You specified US dollars now, but you said $1 million. Be specific to the core, to the T of what it is that you asked for. Just like if you tell somebody, you ain't understand not a goddamn thing I said, well, I'm going to repeat it to you. Just how specific you are with explaining details to somebody, you need to be just like that with life. You can't manifest some shit with simplicity. No. You can live simplicity and have a need for simplicity, but you can't ask detailed description with simplicity. Because you could just say, I want something that has a motor and runs. There's numerous things that have motors and runs. You will not ever get that specific thing you determined any sudden time soon due to the fact you wasn't specific. The more specific you are, the more tailored your presentation of a gift that you receive is. So once again, the specifics. Be specific. Be very specific. As I was saying, I chose to be the best artist that I could be, right? I didn't know that shit was going to cost me undergoing more than what I could fathom to understand this is the pain that I need to tell this story or to draw this good of work. You know, my art is literally my art is literally hieroglyphics of my pain. Like, people don't understand. Like, that's one thing about artists. When artists do work, their work is literally a representation of their pain. It's just in the form of a different way. Same thing with therapists. Therapists' way of helping themselves with their childhood traumas or their traumas that they have bottled up, freezed up in the sun, is helping others. Being able to guide others out of the darkness from which they got lured into due to, you know what I'm saying? You see how things work. It's kind of like you're sacrificing yourself and your well-being for the well-being and unsacrificing swaveliness of others. That's literally what it is that you're doing and undergoing when it comes to being the best at what it is that you are. You have to really understand you. Because if you don't understand you and know you, you're not going to know which direction you need to go. You're going to always be confused, always trying to figure it out, always wondering about the next thing. I'm going to tell you right now, if you plan to have a happy life, giving a fuck what other people think, you might as well just dead that shit. Because the more you care about what others think, you'll never grow. You'll never grow. Because a know-it-all don't grow at all. And if you know everything everybody said about you, how the fuck can you grow? You're worrying about how your body gonna look in this or that. Bro, come on now. You're worrying about how your body gonna look. And there's people out here that got more confidence than the ones who get worshipped every day. Every day there's people that get worshipped on the ground they walk on. And those are the people that lack more freaking confidence than somebody who gets less compliments, got more confidence than somebody who gets all the compliments. Like, there's literally people that are walking around broken souls and hurt because they have to seek and need validation from others. But you got people that aren't even in the limelight and got way more confidence and don't even get that type of appraisal. But because they are comfortable and happy with who they are within themselves, that's why they're able to maneuver and be the way or how they are able to maneuver and be the way they are when it comes to them. I don't know what happened there. However, please make sure you subscribe, reshare, share, send to a friend, to undergoing shadow work person and things of that nature. I received a call and I had to pick it up. However, getting back on to where we are aboard. So yeah, you got to make sure that you do exactly what it is that you need to do. Stay in the line and let's catch this shift. All of you are doing great. Never question anything. Do understand. You know all of what it is that you need to know for what you need to know it for. Don't ever let anyone get in your head and make you feel that you're the victim. Because sometimes the bad guy is really the good guy. It's only the actual bad guy telling everyone else that the good guy is the bad person. But sometimes you got to let time do its own thing. Just because one person tells somebody else something, you just let time do its thing, because they'll find out who really is the issue or is the problem. You don't have nothing you have to worry about. Blood, 13 personas. I'm out. Let's catch the shift. Ascend. We got this. You got this.